Look, there's only 3 rules in this entire world.
Okay, here we go.
Death.
Yes.
Taxes.
Yes.
Start your tight ends against the Eagles.
Okay, number 3. Yep.
It goes to a defensive philosophy in terms of how they play. Last year, they also gave up the most receptions and touchdowns to tight ends. It's just about, leaving the middle of the field a little bit open. They actually allowed a tight end to score a touchdown in 11 of their 17 games last year. Last year when Hockenson played these same Eagles, 10 for 89 on 11 targets.
That's good.
We think this offense is going to be improved in Detroit. Give me TJ Hockenson.
Yeah, this Eagles team, they obviously made upgrades across the board in almost every skill group, but linebacker is still their weakness. They kind of need Nakobe Dean to be good straight away.
Yep.
And so it makes sense that TJ Hockenson might replicate his line from last season. Now, the flip side of Fade Jacoby, David Njoku, makes your love list.
Yeah, that's correct. The flip side of Amari Cooper.
The flip side of fading Jacoby Brissett in general is that there is some upside in Njoku.
David Njoku. So last year, in terms of end zone target share among tight ends, he was tied for the 3rd highest. And for all the bagging we want to do on Jacoby Brissett, the fact is that when he was the starter with the Colts in 2019, the year Andrew Luck retired, right? He targeted tight ends 26% of the time. Last year, he played 7 games for the Dolphins as a starter, 28% target share to tight ends when he was with Miami. He likes to target the tight end. And so David Njoku, who's one of the few weapons that the Browns have against Carolina, I do think he's a very higher end tight end too, with some upside. I have it tight end 14 in week 1.
Yeah. This is unproven, but I have a gut feel that professional backup quarterbacks, they hone in on the tight end. It's like Tyler Huntley last year, just threw the ball to Mark Andrews every single play. And I think Jacoby Brissett might do the same thing with Njoku.
Announcers always refer to it as like kind of the safety valve,
yes.
and just
because you're not throwing as deep, it's not as risky generally. Tight end passes
easier
get
throw.
Intercepted at a lower rate.
Yeah, it's usually a easier throw. It's usually like right over the middle. It's you're not trying to throw outside the hashes, and
Yep.
1,000%.
Okay,
with that.
Your hate list, just one guy on it from the tight end group, Mike Gesicki.
Well, it's a tough matchup against the Patriots, right, who allowed the fewest yards and receptions to opposing tight ends last season. There were rumors that they were trying to move on from Gesicki. Again, we try to – this is something we talked about on the Draft Guide show and the Draft Day Manifesto episode of the Happy Hour, Jay, which is that what we're trying to do, and I know you do the same thing when you're setting betting lines, is that all you're trying to do is cut out as much variance as possible. That you're trying to okay, we know there's a bunch of randomness with an NFL game, so what can we cut out of that randomness? And we just have no idea what the Dolphins' offense is going to look like. Is Gesicki the new Kittle, or is Gesicki just an afterthought because they're going to go all speed burners in yards after the catch with guys like Waddle and Hill and Edmonds? We just don't know. I think the jury's still out on Tua, by the way. When we get to quarterbacks, little hint, Tua makes it. He has struggled, and he's played 3 career games against Tua, against Bill Belichick. Tua has, and not great.
Not great.
Not great. Hashtag not great. No, he was bad. We'll get to it when we get there. But Gesicki makes me nervous until we see what this offense looks like, especially given how good New England is against tight ends. He's a pass for me. He's outside my top 20 of tight ends.
I would say it's a bad sign that after one offseason, Mike McDaniel tried to trade the guy immediately. That generally doesn't work out.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.